didn't buy the 6th store either.
Mimi, chicken soup is the best thing for her.
Oh, I agree.
Well, Stuart, I'm gonna make some soup. Perhaps I'll see you there.
Okay. I have to make a couple other sauce beforehand anyway. Can't pass up an opportunity for a sale. That'd be awful, dreadful.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But.
I read your play.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Did you leave it here on purpose?
Of course not. I realized I'd left it as soon as I got outside, but I couldn't exactly come back in after an exit like that.
I suppose not. So, this was based on events close to you?
More or less.
Well, which is it?
More.
The protagonist reminds me a bit of someone I know.
Really?
Yes, he speaks of his writer brother-in-law and the sister who settled for him.
I'm sure there are many writers who have family members in the business.
Family members whom they poison because they're jealous.
It's possible.
I thought it was a bit of a joke at first. Too ridiculous to be realistic.
My work is not a joke.
Well, that's what I'm afraid of. I found it to be a bit alarming.
But why? It's a work of fiction.
I know, but it's the attention to detail that scares me. You obviously put a lot of thought into this.
Well, any good writer would.
Well, that's what I figured. But George, the security officer near the front desk at work, told me that you had stopped by a few weeks ago while I was out at lunch and that he'd let you into the lab to look for me. I didn't think anything of it at the time. I just thought you might be trying to surprise me.
What are you saying, Libby?
Well, I don't know, but... Well, there are many chemicals on hand at the lab that could be quite poisonous, and my mind's been hard at work at this, I suppose. It's not that I don't trust you. I do. It's just that when you said Morton's name on the telephone before, there was so much resentment in your voice, such anger, that just made this all click. Oh.
I may resent Morton, but I wouldn't do that.
Well, I know that this is all circumstantial, but just reassure me, Peter. You're a good man. You wouldn't do this.
I'm a good man. I wouldn't do that.
Hello! Hello, hi. similar professions, don't you think?
Not really.
Oh, well, sure they are. We're both in the business of selling. Yeah. You sell ideas, and I sell beauty products.
Well, you know, you sell ideas too.
Oh, yes.
Like the idea that people might actually need beauty products to
Well,
be beautiful.
well,
We don't need any here. So I'm going to have to ask
you otherwise.
you to
If
leave.
you no, if
Thank
you'll
you
just
very
no, I will
much.
let you lie. Okay, sure. Okay.
Oh, Peter, that was awfully rude.
Did you have any interest in beauty products?
Well, no.
Then it's best we didn't waste his time. Do you have any critiques?
Yes, that was rude.
I meant about the play.
Well, honestly, I think the whole poisoning thing is a bit weak. There have to be more surefire ways of killing somebody. It just seems too risky to be believable. Why wouldn't he just bash the brother-in-law's head in?
Because it's a symbolic catharsis. The protagonist has been poisoned by his brother-in-law's very existence and chooses to end that poisoning with a poisoning of his own. But what else aside from the plot?
Oh. Well, this part right here, it seems a little forced. Just because of that.
No, this part I'm sure about.
Just the word
Maybe
choice.
you're just, maybe you're, but maybe you're just not hearing it the way I meant it to be heard. Listen. This is the moment of truth. The stage is set for justice. I have set in motion the plot to slay Martin. Of my sister's heart and my ambition. When his heart stops beating, ours will begin. Now is the time. Now is the deed.
Yes, that part. It just doesn't seem quite natural.
It's poetry. All poetry is unnatural.
I just think it might help the plot if that monologue were a bit more realistic, that's all.
I will take your opinion into consideration, but at the moment I disagree, and it's not supposed to be realistic. It's a work of fiction.
Fine. And I suppose I'm just the chemist, not the playwright.
Well, it's true.